Well, it seems like gamers just can't enjoy great female characters in games anymore because we're not getting that many in games. We have to go all the way to the east to get women that look great, and it matters because men love beautiful women. But developers in the west hate men and they hate what men love, and men love beautiful women. And one of the most quote-unquote controversial games in this current state of culture is the First Descendant, the game that I am playing on screen. Yes, I finally gave it a try and I enjoyed the game. It has great gameplay. It's a third-person shooter. The movement is great. You get a grappling hook where you can swing around. The weapons are cool. It's a looter shooter RPG. You level up as well. And the women look good because that's what gamers want, because men are the dominant audience for video games. And this game has been attacked relentlessly by journalists, by weirdos on Twitter, and by losers on the Steam community page, which is what we're going to look at now. We have a long-ass post to get through. The headline says, "Unrealistic beauty standards hurt real women." No, it does not. How does pixels on a screen hurt real women? It makes no sense. Video game characters cannot hurt you. What is this logic? First of all, let me say this. It's not real. It's a video game. Why are there people complaining about fiction being unrealistic? It's not meant to be real. It's not a documentary. It's fiction. Second of all, it's not unrealistic at all. There's plenty of women with a nice ass and big breasts. So it's like, what are you talking about? What is unrealistic about attractive women? The only people who say this are women that are like 4,000 pounds. They're 4,000 pounds. They stink. They're greasy. They're grimy. They're musty and dusty. They're like 40 years old and never been married before. Like, those are the type of women that say stuff like this. They are so insecure about themselves and their body that pixels on a fucking screen get them angry. You don't see sexy, young, thin women who are happy with themselves and happy with their life saying stuff like this because they are not insecure about themselves. They're happy with themselves. But when you're a 4,000 pound monster, you're 40 years old, you're unmarried, you're lonely, unhappy, you get mad at video game women for looking good. It's pathetic. Go lose some weight, bitch. Go get married, bitch. And your opinion does not even matter because you are not the dominant audience. This industry should listen to men because gamers are men. So you should even have your opinion listened to just based on that. But whatever, let's just get through this shit. The unrealistic beauty standards portrayed in this game can have damaging consequences for real women. Why this is a problem? 1. Unattainable physiques. Games often feature female characters with impossibly slender figures, exaggerated curves, and flawless skin. Again, like I said before, there are plenty of women that look like that in real life. There's plenty of women with good skin. They take care of themselves. They're not eating cookies and fucking fried foods every day. They have good body care products to make sure their skin is smooth. This is not unrealistic. You just jealous. You have to be jealous. That's all I'm hearing is jealousy. There's plenty of women with slender figures. Stop eating cookies and shit every day. Go hit the fucking gym. Then you'll have a slender figure. There's plenty of women that look like that. Does this idiot not realize that there are women that are not 50,000 pounds? They are real. They're real in real life. Not every woman is fucking gross and obese. Maybe most are, unfortunately, in America, because our health is going downhill, but that's not 100% of women. So I don't get why these idiots keep saying this shit. You see a bunch of gaslighters say that as well on the internet when we talk about the uglification of women in gaming. And yes, there is an uglification. I can show plenty of examples on screen. There's so many more examples in this. And these people be like, oh, that's unrealistic. First of all, like I said before, it's a video game. Shut the fuck up about unrealism. It's not a documentary. It's a video game. Second of all, there's plenty of sexy women on the internet. And some of these idiots probably follow some of these accounts with good looking women. And they probably beat it off with women that are quote unquote unrealistic body standards. You got your meat out hanging for all the women you follow on Twitter with curves, ass, big bra size, they're thin, great skin. Like, what are we even talking about? How is this unrealistic? What you mean to say is you're jealous. That's what it all comes down to. Fat bitches getting jealous and lonely divorced bitches getting jealous. You have to be lonely and unmarried to get mad at something like this. This whole conversation about unrealistic women has just always been retarded to me. But whatever, let's just continue. 2. Objectification. Female characters are reduced to sexual objects, reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Literally not a thing. They're just attractive women that look good in a fictional setting. And there's nothing wrong with sexualizing women in entertainment that is geared towards men, because that's what men want. Why are you complaining that pixels are being sexualized? They're not real women. You acting like this game is real life with women that did not consent to the type of actions that are being portrayed in the game. This is a video game. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, whatever, continue. 3. Lack of diversity. Games rarely represent diverse body types, ages, ethnicities, or abilities. What the fuck you mean by abilities? There's plenty of different types of characters. There's ice characters, poison characters, electric characters, fire characters. What are you talking about lack of abilities? Did you even play the fucking game? And in terms of lack of ethnicities, this is Asia. This is a what is this, like a Chinese game? I can't remember if it's Chinese or Korean. The point is, this is Asia. And plus, you didn't play the game either because they're all black people in the game. It's like black NPCs. One of the playable female characters is black, so you didn't even play the fucking game. The guy on the cover of the game is black. He's on the fucking cover of the game. What are you talking about? There's black people in this game. Oh my fucking God, man. These bitches do not play games. Whatever. It's just women don't play games. I've said this a billion times. Women just don't play games. Well, let's just get through this shit. The harm. Bodies. Alright, focus. 1. Body dysmorphia. Players, especially young women, may feel inadequate comparing themselves to virtual ideals. 2. Low self-esteem. Constant exposure to unrealistic beauty standards erode confidence and self-worth. If you are comparing yourself to pixels on a screen, you got issues. If your self-worth is so trash, hit the gym, check your diet, count your calories. Who is doing this? You don't see men comparing ourselves to fucking, I don't know, Superman. Do you see men say, oh, this is unrealistic? Superman can punch the planet. Superman can carry a whole building, a whole airplane. Superman can punch somebody to Jupiter. This is so unrealistic. Oh my God, this is harmful to men. No, because men are not whiny bitches when it comes to our self-appearance. We don't whine and cry and complain as much as women because women are emotional creatures. We don't see men say, oh, bring Superman down to earth. Oh, get rid of Superman. It's unrealistic. No, it's not meant to be realistic. It's fucking Superman. Like, what the fuck? Only women complain about this shit. It's so fucking dumb. That's why we shouldn't even listen to these bitches because they don't play games. This conversation only started happening when women were allowed into the space. Men were just having fun growing up playing video games. We were just playing games growing up, having a good time. And then a bunch of women came along and said this. Again, let's just get through this. Fuck. 3. Perpetuating sexism. These portrayals reinforce harmful gender stereotypes, contributing to systemic sexism. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm gonna pretend to know what that means. Let's just continue. Possible solutions. 1. Diverse representation. Games should feature realistic, diverse female characters. Realistic proportions. Developers should prioritize authenticity over idealization. 3. Empowering storylines. Games can promote positive body image and self-acceptance. Let's make a change. As gamers, as developers, and advocates, we must recognize the influence of video games on our culture. Let's demand more realistic and diverse representation of women in games. No! Fuck off! No, we're not doing that ever. Fuck no, you don't play games, bitch. Nobody wants realism in games. We want video games. It's not meant to be realistic. Why are you complaining about realism in a fucking sci-fi game? Like, sci-fi is crazy unrealistic. It's one of the most unrealistic genres. I can't even fucking talk. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is she talking about? This is a sci-fi game with giant mechs and robots and shit. And plasma cannons. You're talking about realism? Like, no, this is sci-fi. It's not realistic. It's fiction. Science fiction. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Oh my God, this is one of the dumbest posts I've ever read in my life. Holy shit. Like I said before, the worst thing to happen to the gaming industry and the gaming community, women. That's why my motto in life will always be, women ruin everything. Because it's true, time and time again. We never had these conversations just having fun, growing up, playing video games. Then as soon as gaming went mainstream and a bunch of women invaded, now gaming is fucked. That's what gamers rather play Asian games like the First Descendant, because Western games are garbage. Western games are boring, ugly, lame, buggy, broken, and a bunch of women are the ones behind the games. That's why gaming is falling apart, because of women. That's why we have this stupid fucking conversation when some women on the internet, I'm assuming this is a woman, this woman is complaining that a video game is not real life. It's not real life. It's a video game. This is a sci-fi game on top of that. What the fuck are we complaining about? Women just love to complain. Women love to get emotional. Women love to get mad, and they should just be ignored in the gaming community, because you do not represent the gaming community, because gamers are men, and nobody gives a fuck about what you think. We're still gonna play the First Descendant because it has great gameplay, great graphics, and great characters. It's a fun game. I highly recommend it. It's free to play. If you don't care about getting all the rare 0.1% items, whatever it is, then you won't care about the grindiness of the game. I just enjoy missions and just have fun with it. And microtransactions are extremely expensive, but it's still a fun game. You might as well try it to see if you like it. And ignore all these dumb bitches that want to get mad at you for having a fun time with a fun game with sexy female characters. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the fat bitches getting mad at the First Descendant, go fuck yourself.